What is up, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today I've got an important question. Reprint or facsimile? That's the question I'm going to be asking because I just picked up a CGC slab I'll be opening, and it's part of a collection that I just completed. I'm really excited. This collection goes back a while. I've been after these, steadily chipping away at them, and since I started it so long ago, let's hit that old school intro. Huge shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website and follow them on social media. And if you need anything clean or pressed, hit up my friend Justin over at Justin Comics on Instagram. Let him know you found him via the channel or hit him with that promo code We Are Legion and take advantage of the special offer for the viewers of the channel. The links to all the sponsors are in the description of all my videos, including Pop's Attic over on Instagram if you want to pick up some books for super cheap. Also, let's be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that join button, and consider joining the Legion. You don't want to miss out. Wednesday, roughly 9 p.m., will be the big 2,000 subscriber giveaway celebration. Tons of prizes, slabs, keys, live prizes, enter a comment prizes, share on Instagram stuff, all that good stuff. Check out that video. Do not miss out. So let's get into it. Like I said, I got a CGC slab to unbox that completes a collection for me. Then it had me spark the little thought, why don't we talk about reprints or facsimiles and what's the difference? Let's actually go through it to get to this little slab here because I'm excited. I got to pull out some books that I don't look at every day and I want to share them with everybody. So let's go ahead. I know everyone knows what a reprint is, like old comics that are really valuable, hard to get. They make other copies of them. Put it simply, a reprint is a print again or in a different form. That's the actual definition. The second one is an act of printing more copies of a work. So on the surface, that sounds like the same thing a facsimile is, which it is. But a facsimile goes on to add a little bit more context to that. A facsimile is an exact copy, especially of written or printed material. And that's what we're talking today, reprints and facsimiles. And we're going to look at some for some examples so you can know the difference. Today, we're going to be talking Action Comics issue number 1, the most famous comic book to ever exist, the one that really sparked the whole modern superhero craze way back in 1938. And it has not stopped, still going strong today, stronger than ever. So let's look at the very first reprint of Action Comics number 1. And yes, it's a reprint, not a facsimile. And this one's an easy one to spot the difference because this one is a giant. This is the actual first time since 1938 that Action Comics number 1, the first appearance of Superman, was ever reprinted. And it's not a facsimile because it's not an exact copy. Obviously, the size is different. The outline, this is what's called a treasury edition. They did these oversized books, which is a fantastic way to read the book. The artwork is blown up. It's beautiful. You can really see the words good if you're vision impaired. Got a bonus with this one. And this only reprints the Superman story. So if you don't know, Action Comics had numerous short stories in it, Superman being the most iconic one. But even the magician Zatanna, her father, Zatara, made his first appearance in Action Comics number 1 as well. That's not in this. It's just the Superman one here. So this is most for certainly a reprint. And check out that back cover. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Clearly, that's not the back cover of Action Comics issue number 1, which you will see in this video today. Let's move right along. We have a few of these to go through because as you can see, this is my Action Comics 1 collection completed outside of the original first print. And next up, we have from 1976, the sleeping bag variant. So on the back of this, you would have an ad for a sleeping bag. A lot of this stuff was promotional. And this one as well is a reprint. It's super thin, like super duper thin. It's on newspaper quality paper. Forget what that's called, like newspaper print or something. And you can tell from the faded colors and where the white is almost like a off-white color. And it even tells you right on the cover, reprint of the first Superman feature. And that's really cool. You can see the paper quality difference on here versus a gloss or stuff from today, the cracking on it, how the color transfer is not great. But this is from 1976. This is not an easy one to find. Big shout out to my good friend Kyle, the promiscuous time traveler, who I was able to secure this through. Fantastic guy. Thank you, Kyle. Next up, also from 1976. This is the Safeguard reprint. So it looks the exact same as that last one from the same year, but you would have to like redeem your Safeguard proof of purchases to get this one for free when you buy 3 bath size Safeguards. So they look almost identical other than the 10-cent price tag versus the free on there. 1976 reprint, again, only reprinting the Superman story in that one. And then next up, we kind of move up the road a little. 1983, we had a reprint just straight off the shelf, had that 10-cent price tag, reprinting only the Superman story again. But as you can see, the cover still looks the same as the original. But things changed swiftly in 1988 when we celebrated the 50th year anniversary of Superman. And now you can see the difference in paper quality. The colors pop, a little gloss to it. And this time it actually has the cost of the book. Instead of reprinting that 10-cent price tag, it's getting the 50-cent or 70-cent Canada, UK 30 pence, and it has the 50-year logo right there on the bottom. So now we're getting even farther away from the idea of a facsimile. Not only is it only reprinting the Superman story, but now you're changing stuff on the cover. And that's not the only one from this I have. I went ahead and picked up the UPC variant, also known as the newsstand. So this is the one that was not sold direct. And if you look, what's missing off of these covers, they actually took it off the covers, is the famous guy in the corner there running for his life. He was completely photoshopped off the cover, or it's kind of zoomed in almost, but he's definitely taken off the cover. You see how far away Superman is in one and how close he is in these. So we're actually even missing a character on the cover of these. So it's definitely not a facsimile. And then if we move up the road a little bit, in 1992, we get another reprint. This time it's the brightest, the glossiest one that we've seen yet. There was even a Dynamic Forces signed COA one that came out around this time that was limited to 2,000 copies. So if you see one of those out there, that's actually a low print run on those. This is just the standard non-signed copy. Vibrant gloss paper for the first time. This one is really nice. Also reprinting only Superman. So this one is where we get into the weeds a little bit. It gets hard to tell. This next one is a full reprint of the entirety of the book with the ads. And this one came out in 1998, and it was commemorating the U.S. Postal Service celebrate 100 the century. Put your stamp on history from 1900 to 2000. The United States Postal Service celebrating 100 years. So first day insurance, September 10th, 1998, Cleveland. And this was a beautiful facsimile with an added half cover sleeve with a real stamp on it, a commemorative stamp of Superman. So this just folds up and you have the original book. So this is where I need the community's help. Is this a facsimile? It reprints the whole thing, but it has an addition to the cover. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. And moving right along, the next reprint didn't celebrate 100 years of the U.S. Postal Service, but it celebrated 2,000 years on our calendar with the Millennium Edition. There was a lot of these fantastic Millennium Editions you would see with the same stamp and border on it, which reprints Superman as well. Fantastic first appearance of Superman reprinted. And then we get into the first, what I would consider the only true facsimile out of any of them. And that's in 2017 when Loot Crate did an exclusive facsimile. I guess almost, because it still doesn't have the price right there, right? It should have a price right there. So this is the closest thing we get. It's a facsimile, whole book, ads, all that good stuff, full cover, all that, 2017, but it should have the price on there. Don't know about that. So now, before where I thought that this was the closest one, it should have a 10-cent price tag right there. But there it is, 2017 Loot Crate edition that came with its certificate of authenticity, polybagged, and all that stuff. Now, if you went to Fan Expo also in 2017, you could find this awesome facsimile, possibly a reprint. Again, you tell me, of an acetate version. Tony S. Daniels did this phenomenal modern take on Superman, and this is an authorized acetate over a facsimile. So no, this is over. Yeah, this is over a reprint. So again, super cool artwork on there. Love some acetate. I need to open this and double check. I'm pretty certain this one was a just a reprint. Dude, look at the difference in the actual facsimile there in this hand versus the other ones, and that's with an acetate on it. So yeah, that's definitely just a reprint. Now in 2018, we had this really special thing happen. We had this place called the New Zealand Mint doing commemorative silver reproductions of comic work, and of course had to get the Action Comics one. And this is 35 grams of 0.999 pure silver from the New England Mint, replicating the image from Action Comics #1's cover, and it's CGC slabbed in a 9.9. So that right there, this is one of, like, not because of 9.9, but just because of how unique and awesome this is, one of my favorite pieces in the collection. And the special label that CGC puts on these is just bananas. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You actually have a DC custom logo on that. That's kudos, CGC. Do more DC custom labels. That would be great. Really appreciate it if you did. Now, last year, we got what's called a facsimile. Everyone calls it a facsimile. Even the CGC label says Action Comics #1, facsimile edition #1. And we don't have the price tag on it. And we have a barcode down here. So can that be a facsimile? Let's look at it again. An exact copy, especially of written or printed material. So I would argue that there's not a facsimile that exists. It's not an exact copy. You don't even have the price tag right there. That's on the original cover, part of the original art, the 10-cent price tag. And we've seen where other ones have it, and then the book sold for their actual price on the shelves. But, and there's the back cover. Like I mentioned, we would see the ads on there looking super cool. But I think it was the Comic Mint that did a really cool special foil edition of one of these as a con exclusive. So I had to get that as well. So got that one. Looks great. And again, this one doesn't have the 10-cent price tag or the barcode. So, I mean, it's closer to a facsimile than the standard one that was the direct market copy, because this barcode down here really, it can't be a facsimile with a barcode. It can't be a facsimile without the 10-cent price tag that the original cover had. Just for context, this is the original cover. See that 10-cent price tag? It's not present on the facsimile, so it can't be a facsimile. So they're pretty much all reprints now that I'm really thinking about it. So let's get into the slab. Let's see what the last one, and this was the hardest one to find. I'll be honest with you, the value on some of these things would shock you. This one in here, raw ones sell over $300. It's crazy. But these days, people are really just oh yeah, let me show you this before I open it. You hear that? There's something jiggling around there. Hope to God it ain't got nothing to do with the slab. Okay, so the slab is in the case. Oh, it was just a little buffer thing. That's better. So some of these sell for north of $300 easy in raws even. High grades are way up there. And that's all the people that these days just post books for buy it now prices. People don't have the balls to put auctions on stuff like they used to, especially while the market is slowly coming down still from the insane highs of 2020 and 2021. So much market correction has happened. It's a buyer's market. Definitely wait on those auctions, because that's what I did. I found this one in an auction in a very respectable grade. And this completes the Action Comics #1 reprints. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. Holy potatoes. So this is the Action Comics #1 peanut butter variant from 1983. Yo, look at that. Yes. So this one came out the same year that the Nestle chocolate reprint came out. And you see how this has the ad on the back for peanut butter. Its strength is its great taste. Superman peanut butter cream. So, last one in a 7.0. Super cool. 1983. That's not young. That's like 40-year-old comic right there. Damn, I'm getting old. Jeez, that's not far from my birth year. So Action Comics, issue number 1, DC Comics 1983 reprint. And it does say reprint, how the that modern one said facsimile. So we do have a slab acknowledging both the differences. So the full comic book versus just the Superman story, even though neither one of them are exact copies, they call this one a facsimile and this one a reprint. Yo, I'm beyond excited to have completed these. I'm just looking at all these Action Comics number 1s right here. This is super dope. And I'm slowly going to work on getting all of them slabbed. I can't wait. I'm afraid to send more than one in at a time in fear of what could happen with the labels. Who knows? But man, that's awesome. And again, leave me a comment down below. I'd be excited to hear what some people have to say on how they take that. Knowing the definition, an exact copy. You know, we have print again or in a different form is a reprint. In a different form, an act of printing more copies of a work, or an exact copy. Haven't seen an exact copy yet. Haven't seen one of those. But dude, I appreciate everyone watching. I'm so excited to have these. It's super late at night. I'm recording this video at the last minute to get it out tomorrow. Life has been crazy busy lately in the best way possible, but man, I had to open them. It's been here for days. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. What are some things that you're out there collecting, trying to finish up, little side quests that we go on in this wonderful hobby and everything? And be sure to join me Wednesday night at 9 o'clock for the big celebration, because it's all about you. It's all about you, the viewer, who support the channel, come and hang out and enjoy this hobby and talk these books with us and everything. So it's my way of saying thank you to you. I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. And as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.